Ladies and gentlemen, the Third World
Yes,
War
I know,
will
Roy,
not be
but
presented
not a big
tonight
deal.
as scheduled so that we may bring you the following live presentation. The Third World War will be rescheduled for a later date. But now, here's... This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hey everybody, happy Friday to you. Hope your day has been good. Hello to Roy, Randall, Jean Ricard, Dwight, Tim JD, always an honor to have you. Leslie, great to see you again. Hope you're well, hope you're all well. I think that's everybody that's here right now. We are kind of, there's Ray. How are you, Ray? How's the bowling going, or shouldn't I ask? Hey, there's Joseph Agliato. Nice to have you here. Yes, the Knights of the Rhomboid Table are meeting again. Yeah, nothing really special to talk about, so we can go pretty much fairly... Was that Matt Clarke is okay, but your little video Q&A earlier today to the price? Yeah, that was the little... Throwback Thursday is something I'm trying to see if I can maintain, where I'm going back to clips from shows from a year or more ago. Like the one that I put up here was from almost 3 years ago now. It was when I officially celebrated a year on YouTube and breaking 200 subscribers. The week before I broke 200 subscribers, and then it was 1 year on YouTube as a model train channel. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 11 years, but never put any content up. But it had been November of 2018 that I started putting content up. I did the first Model Train Outsider show. And your team's a 3 seed. That's not bad. I mean, obviously people prefer the 1 seed, but you got to beat who you play to win. It really doesn't matter what seed you are, as long as you're in. So I'm pulling out whatever skit I think is funny or silly. There was no meaning to it. My wife I was not relegated to basement. To be honest, I probably spend more time in the living room than anybody in the family. I'm in the living room more than anybody. But it was just a joke that I came up with when I was doing my 1 year celebration. I was celebrating breaking 200 subscribers and 1 year of doing the show Model Train Outsider. And it was an hour long. I did it in 2 parts. It was an hour and 9 minutes long between the two. There was a part 1 and a part 2, and that was one of the funnier skits I did in it. But it included everything. There was the whole show was based on subscriber Q&A, and I spent a lot of time working on it, writing the scripts between me and the Ghost of 2015, and it was my family had a lot of active involvement in it, making suggestions. And I don't know if it was my idea or somebody else's idea to do the, the question was, how does my family react? And, my family didn't really care. They're fine. It's Dad's hobby. And I took that and ran with it. It's Dad's hobby. And, they just want me out of the living room so they could have the TV and all that stuff. So all my kids and their friends took part in it, which was cute. It was fun to do. And so that was, it was funny. And I thought the whole show was funny, but, it was almost, 2.5 years ago. Let's call it 2.5 years ago. And so it was good. Yes, today there are several plot lines that are running through this year's Matt Clarke. And a lot of this Reverend Saltine. I just decided to, rather than drag the Reverend Saltine bit out, because it was preventing me from getting to the main plot. But this was the end of Reverend Saltine for this series. Spoiler alert, we're not done with Reverend Saltine, but he will be making a reappearance in series 3. When I get around to writing it. I've been telling you guys, I've had series 3 plotted out for a while. And what happened is I took part of the series 3 plot and threw it into this year's series. And I'm regretting doing it because it lengthened the story out, but I was having trouble really trying to separate the stories. In my head, they were all combined, and so I combined them. Which just made writing and plotting. These episodes are longer, and there's going to be more of them. Last year it was 18 episodes for Matt Clarke. This year it's going to be 23, and episode 23 is going to be a 25-minute marathon. But it's good. Hey, how are you, Stefan? Skål. How are you? Hey, Jason. I'm doing well. How are you, sir? Great to have you here. So, I didn't take any real shortcuts, but there was more that was going to happen. There was going to be more bits at the church, more jokes with the flock. The one thing I don't know if I don't want to say disappointed in, but last week's episode, to me, it was hysterical. My family kind of smirked, but the ending bit where there's the three members of the flock, including 2 of the sheep. He calls his whole flock sheep, but I decided to take the joke all the way and have actual sheep in the flock. And you had John, Basil, and Harold. Now, there is a hidden joke with Harold, not that anybody would get it, but if you know Monty Python, there was a sheep named Harold in the first season of Monty Python. That was a bit of a joke. But anyhow, at the end of the episode, when the sheriff forces Reverend Saltine to leave because somebody helped him out of jail, somebody got him paroled from the governor, and that's going to be part of series 3 plot. He leaves, and the 3 are left behind because they were the ones seen throwing the torches and setting fire. And he starts talking, whoa, how terrible it is that we are stuck here, and, stuck here in jail. And the sheep start going, meh, 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 meh. And John, the male character John goes, the human character John goes, what was that, Basil? What was that, Harold? And they're like, we said 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. So I was hoping people would enjoy the Animal Farm reference there, for those of you who know George Orwell's Animal Farm. So anyhow, hopefully things are good to go. Let's get some trains running. That's almost everybody. And let's go to the multi-cams right now. Is he going? Is he going? There he goes. All right. So hopefully things will run smoother today. Well, welcome, Francisco Soto Hernandez. ¿Cómo está? And that's the only Spanish I know. I'm sorry. Well, it's I now declare you united at the round boy table. Yeah, it's the second time Smokey cussed early in the year when whoops, wrong button, dummy. Early in the series when the Reverend was first arrested and Smokey was still really under the influence of Reverend Saltine, and Smokey's upset that he's being arrested, and he's like, Matt, how could you have punched the Reverend? You know, and he's all upset about that. He goes, oh, son of a... And he actually said, you know, most people, it's all a bunch of horse poop. You know, that was, again, sort of taking those running jokes and twisting them. It's all a bunch of horse poop. He turned around and went, it's all a bunch of horse shit. You know, we threw that one in there. It's all a bunch of horse shit. Which, when I read that to Joyce for the first time, Joyce broke up laughing. She's like, perfect. So I really felt I had a winner with that when he did that. But Joyce loved today's episode. She liked Lil really kicking butt. Hey, Kiwi Dave is here. Hello, Dave. So this was, you know, Smokey is you know, I took it through a nice thing. You know, it was his connection with the Reverend was mentioned even in the Christmas special. And so by the time we started series 2, he's had a couple of months and he's under the Reverend's influence. You know, you all need to get right with the Lord. You know, that was his new phrase. You know, instead of it's all a bunch of horse poop, you all need to get right. He says that many times. You all need to get yourselves right. That was his new catchphrase. And we took him through being completely on the side of the Reverend, to being a willing ally. And that was a plot line there, which is the Reverend had Smokey have Matt out of the picture. You know, if you were following the storyline, the Reverend went after Lil at Lil's house alone. Matt was supposed to be there, but there's a line where it says, Matt, you know, she apologized. I'm sorry Matt can't be here, but Smokey has him tied up with this railroad investigation. So, you know, that was all part of it. Smokey did not know what the Reverend was going to do, but he did help the Reverend get Lil isolated when the Reverend tried to jump Lil at her house, and she smacked him around and got him away, which is why he had a gun this time. What do I think of the Tay Bridge? Andrew, I have no idea what the Tay Bridge is. You keep asking me all these questions about stuff in Scotland and the UK. I don't know. Hey, Joshua W56, welcome in. I'm sure I've seen a picture of it in somebody's layout, and I do like bridges from a distance. I don't like driving over bridges, but I don't mind seeing bridges. So the last few episodes, Smokey started to question. You know, Matt planted the seed. You know, when Matt was in jail. Now, Smokey, I'm not one to call a man a liar, you know, but, you know, have you ever known Lil to lie? Have you ever known me to lie? But the Reverend says you're sinners and therefore you lie. You know, and slowly over the last few episodes when Smokey and Goliath had a lot to do with this turn. Although, you know, once again, Goliath is the Marquis de Sade reincarnated. That's a spoiler. Goliath is the Marquis de Sade reincarnated. All right, thanks for stopping in, Jason. But I've had a blast writing Goliath because he's such a subversive and wicked character. He's a good guy, but he's wicked. And just the absolute counterplay against that old American cartoon show, Davy and Goliath, where Goliath was a dog, but now he's a horse. But yeah, so Smokey was redeemed today. Smokey, and that was finishing off that storyline for this series. So now everything is about this very detailed plot of the Kahat and the Benefactor. And next week's episode, you will, if you haven't already guessed, and yes, a couple of people in here know who the Benefactor is. Please don't give it away. But there are hints as who the evil Benefactor, who the evil force is behind the Kahat. But a big spoiler will happen next week. If you can't figure it out after next week, then it really will be a cool surprise when we reveal who the real Benefactor is. So don't type anything or say anything here. If you got an idea, don't guess. Just leave your hunches. Because the Kahat is an evil villain, and he is the main villain of this series. But it's also developing that he is working with someone else. The Benefactor wants a war between the U.S. and the Indians. And if you've been catching when the general was captured and under the influence of opium and Ivor, war, land, wants war with Indians, land, the war's got something to do with trains, opium, and land. Hey, Kieran, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're good. I did buy a new locomotive this week. Hopefully it'll be here next week, but I'm not holding my breath. Behave, Jean Ricard. The Benefactor is just as evil, if not more evil, than the Kahat. And the Kahat is pretty evil. He's a cold-blooded, and you're going to see more of his cold-bloodedness coming up. But next week begins as we would call in literature, the denouement. Next, you've had the climaxes happen. The war is being started, or at least, the cavalry has been attacked. They're going to counterattack. They're getting their troops ready. They're going to march up and go after the Indian tribe. It's been revealed that the Kahat and his hippies are the actual villains, that they're the ones who attacked the cavalry. So now it's just the next, today was 17, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. The next 6 episodes are just building up to the big finale. Oh no, Jean Ricard. His Benefactor is clearly more evil. His Benefactor is quite evil. Very, very evil, Jean Ricard. Very evil. A despicable character. Andrew, my week was, it was okay. It was long. Obviously, it's the weekend now, so we're here. Ooh, Bachman Warship in blue. Boy, those warships live up to their names, don't they? They look like warships. Battleships. Although I think there's a battleship class of locomotive too, isn't there? You better believe me, Jean Ricard, because I'm the writer. Although, Jean Ricard, I will tell you, he's not nearly as despicable as the person he's based on. So, yeah, my week was long. The last 2 weeks we've been back from our spring break, and the kids are on summer break now. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. It's frustrating. But I have been cleaning out my room. So my room is gutted. My room has nothing of mine left on the walls. All my posters, all my knickknacks are gone. My room is almost as empty as it was when I moved into it 12 years ago, when they opened this new building we're in. I go, yeah, there will be, when the Matt Clarke series is over, and I'm trying to finish making up all the episodes. I've already got the 2 next episodes filmed. I'm trying to get the voices done because I want to have them all done before I go to the UK, because I'm going to wind up releasing the last 3 episodes of Matt Clarke on consecutive days. The last 3 episodes are just going to be bing, 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 hopefully before I go to the UK. If not, I will post them while I'm in the UK. But that is the goal. That is the goal. But it's clearly I'm done writing the Matt Clarke series because I'm already writing new songs. I've already written the notes and some basic lyrics down. I've got several new songs because, as you know, during Matt Clarke, unless I do a Rusty Twanger song in the videos, then I don't do songs while I'm putting out the Matt Clarke stuff. But I'm done writing Matt Clarke, and my head is already writing new songs. So yeah, there will be a Christmas special, and then I will start Matt Clarke Series 3. And the goal is I will take an extended break from Matt Clarke after Series 3. I don't know if I'll go back to it, but there'll be a Series 3, and then I will move on from it. Whether I'll create something new or do occasional Matt Clarke one-offs, because I do have, it won't be part of Series 3, but I have an idea for a Series 4. And I'll share it with you. And if you guys like Matt Clarke, I would have to rely on many of you. But Joyce already knows this, and I think Joyce might be listening in because Joyce often watches while she's at work grading papers or listens in. You got a DISS, a diss track. Hey, Lord and Butler was in one of my videos, one of my songs. But anyhow, Matt Clarke, if there were to be a Matt Clarke Series 4, or I would do it like the Christmas special where it's a one-off storyline, is Matt Clarke in Europe. I think it would be very funny to do Matt Clarke in Europe. But how would I get the whole gang of characters in Europe? You know, Matt Clarke, Lil, Diesel Dan, Smokey. How do you explain having that whole group in Europe? Hey, Carl Brand, how are you? Almost said Brand. Actually, I did say Brand and then changed it to Braun. How are you? Oh, hi, Chris. How you feeling, Chris? Are you feeling better? I am still running a freighter for everybody. A lot of you have commented you like me running freighter, so I'm still running a freighter today. Hey, Clyde, welcome in. Great to have you here. As you all know, I'm not big on freighters, but I am running a little freighter that I had on last week. For Jean Ricard, I'm running one of the trains, Steuerwagen first. I was actually going to run the IC first, but the lights only work in one direction. They only work, the lights don't work in forward direction. They only work, or You know, they don't work in Steuerwagen first direction. They only work as Steuerwagen tail. I don't know if they were completely designed that way or not, but the Steuerwagen for the IC2 it only has the one direction lighting. Here, I'll catch him coming around. This 218, that white and black Class 218 locomotive is just, it is such an amazing locomotive. You ache like mad, but you had to come on here. You didn't have to come on here if you're not feeling well. So, yeah, that has been an idea. That has been an idea for a while. Originally, before I came up with the plot for Series 3, it was an idea for Series 3 was Matt Clarke, railroad marshal in Europe. And I still don't have a great idea that would explain why he's in Europe. I mean, he and Lil could go on their honeymoon to Europe and that could be a storyline. You know, because they got engaged last Christmas. So they are going to get married sooner or later. But, you know, how do you get the mayor over there? How do you explain the sheriff coming over there? Otherwise, I'd have to handpick a couple of characters and explain why all the main characters of Big Gulch are over in Europe. And so I thought I don't want to do a parody of Murder on the Orient Express, but it would be the idea they would be taking a transcontinental train. And then I would just have all these characters coming in. I'd be bringing in the Prussian Colonel Heinrich. You know, Heinrich would make an appearance. You know, I might even take my picture wearing the hat and have this guy coming in. You know, because it would be the 1890s, so it would be a young united Germany. But have him going through France and make fun of the French. But that's the problem. A lot of it would be kind of racial humor, making fun of the French, making fun of the Germans, making fun of everybody and everything. And, you know, I try not to cross a line. You know, I would play on stereotypes, but I don't want to get too vicious. Gee, Jean Ricard, I wonder why. The metronome is his favorite train tonight. To be honest, now that I've got this 218 running, this Class 218, I love running it with my IC. There it is right above me. I just love that. A wagon train east. Just tried to explain how they're all in Europe. You know, the mayor, Daisy, Madame Lot. I mean, I could make up reasons, and it would just be so absurd, even I would have trouble writing it. Madame Lot's going to Europe to recruit some girls for the itchy crotch. Why would Daisy and the mayor be over there? Speaking of Daisy, and I was just talking about Lil, let's talk about Lil and Daisy. On my community section, I posted a poll, and only 11 people voted. I was very depressed that only 11 people voted. But, you know, after Series 1, the Christmas special, and now 17 episodes of Series 2. Because remember, it was a year ago next week that Matt Clarke Series 1 ended. You know, we talk about where TV shows that have two popular women, and always one is the ultra sexy, seductive sexy, and the other one's sort of like the goody two-shoes girl. So like there was Ginger and Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. if anybody knows the TV show WKRP in Cincinnati, it was Jennifer, the hot blonde secretary, or Bailey. You know, who's your girl? Who's your girl? Which girl do you like? And you can think of many other shows. So I put up a poll where I said, who's your girl, Daisy or Miss Lil? And only 11 people voted. Go to that and more of you vote. Because you got to see Lil in a little bit of kick-ass mode here. Because she's been kind of quiet this episode. And she showed a little of her stuff. And Daisy is still Daisy. But Daisy over the next 3 episodes is going to show you some more Daisy that maybe you expect, but you didn't see coming this way. A student exchange. Smokey's on a student exchange. There you go. I mean, there's occasional characters like Smokey's mom and dad wouldn't have to be there. Some of the background characters wouldn't have to be there. Cog would not. But, you know, Cog could be going home to Norway. Ivor going home to Sweden. Because Cog is Norwegian and Ivor is from Sweden. If you didn't know that. Sacre bleu, sacre bleu. Of course I am French. Why do you think I have this outrageous accent? Go away, you English knigget pig dog. But, now Joyce figured Daisy would win hands down, but a lot of people soured on Daisy last year. But of course she's back this year with the new running joke. I don't know if you guys are catching the running joke with Daisy that everybody keeps mentioning she looks cold. She's had about 6 different characters mention it so far, and we're not done with it yet. You look cold, Daisy. But I don't have many French subscribers. I know I have a couple because I know they're French and they have channels. But if I have French subscribers, I don't see them coming in. But if I were to do a Series 4 and have Matt Clarke in Europe, the French would hate me. Because I would be doing so many bad stereotypes of the French. Now, I would definitely be ripping on the Germans, and thanks to Jean Ricard, I'd probably have a few shots at the Danes, too. But, yeah, that's true. That would, I could come up with a plot where Matt Clarke was hired, and they all came along. And that might be an idea. I might have to give you writing credit for that one, Joseph. I hate to share writing credit. But, I have to, my daughter Liz will be getting writing credits at the end of this series because she helped me with a couple of ideas. Liz is the one who gave the new family, well, I gave the main characters, the new owners of the Filthy Glass. It's Enoch Buster, and of course he's Nucky Buster. Have fun with that name, kids. He's Nucky Buster, Enoch, Nucky Buster. She's Bell Buster, which we've already had names with that. That's Bell Buster, I bet you are. And we've set up a running joke with her and the mayor. Great final scene with them coming up in episode 23. Although I hope you guys like that. But my daughter Liz gave the name to Bell Buster's sister and mother. I was struggling to come up with names. I wanted them to be silly names. And Liz said, my daughter Liz said, why not Leanne Towers, Leaning Tower. And that would make Bell Tower, which is funny, a bell tower. And then her mom was Eiffel Tower as in Eiffel Tower. So my daughter gets some writing credits for coming up with those names for me. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. That would be one hell of a hurricane. Well, they were caught in a tornado, and the tornado went to the coast and got caught in a hurricane. Except hurricanes come the other way. And so that would be, and then Joyce doesn't necessarily write lines, but Joyce will throw out 20 suggestions. If I'm stuck writing and I play things off of her and I say, I don't know where to go with this, I was thinking this or I was thinking that, she will throw out a bunch of suggestions, like, you could do this. I'm like, no. You could do this. No. You could do this. No. But eventually, she'll say so many ideas that I say no to that I'll start finding something buried between all of them and say, okay, I'll go here. So it's not like Joyce writes things, but she helps me erase things and go focused. Although she's written a couple of things too. Alan board. Alan board. The ship's leaving, honey. The funny thing is, I wrote this whole series with all the military, because there's so many military characters and there's more to come. But I'll let you in on one I'm so mad I didn't do. I've got Colonel Scott Ahead, who is the head of the reconnaissance branch, the Scouts. Scott Ahead. What the heck was that? Oh, that might be my daughter coming home. Well, hi, Greg. How are you? I didn't write you an email the last week and a half, and I apologize. How have you been? Ivan Awfulich. And I try so hard, Ray. I try so hard not to go with jokes that people already know. I try so hard not to do ones that, we've heard. But yeah, I could have a Russian guy, Ivan Awfulich. Although, again, that's one we've all done for years. And I definitely have. But anyhow, all these military characters, he's General Descamps, which is General Discount. General Discount. General kill 'em all. We had Private Chet, Private Room, but he's Private Make Room. So most of those names are double puns. Private Room. We had Corporal Lance Boyle. We had Sergeant Pepper last week. Well, 2 weeks ago we had Sergeant Pepper. Or was it last week? Last week. Sergeant Pepper. And we had all the Sergeant Pepper jokes. And I didn't create a captain character. I don't know how I don't have a captain. I don't know how I didn't have a captain. And Captain Morgan would have been an easy one to do. Oh, that's not good. I mean, with everything else you're fighting, that's not good. And it's all... Yeah, they thought I had diverticulitis a couple of years ago, and then they said it's diverticulosis, which is something else. Which has not been pleasant to go through, although it seems to be subdued the last year. Losing weight seems to have helped a lot of conditions for me, but that really sucks. My dad had diverticulitis. But, so yeah, Series 3 is basically plotted. I haven't written it, and I won't start writing it. I'm done writing this series, I've got to finish doing the voices. And Oh my God, Series 1. Series 1 had 34 characters that had at least one line. And 5 of them were female that Joyce did, and 1 was female that I did. This series has 62 different voiced characters. That's almost double the number of characters from Series 1. Oh my God. Hey, Rick's Arnell Railroad, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, it's been insane. And I'm at a point where I'm starting to lose voices. Like my Matt Clarke and Mayor Sumbish voices are starting to get too close to each other. Because I've had a sore throat doing some of the voices lately. Because some of the characters you do and you scratch your throat, like doing the sheriff. And then the Reverend Saltine's voice is also in the same area as Mayor Sumbish and Matt Clarke. Mayor Sumbish, Matt Clarke, and Reverend Saltine, their voices are all in the same vocal section. They're variations of a theme. They're all different characters. Like, you know, get on with it. The mayor is an East Kentucky voice. And the Reverend Saltine is the same voice. I just put a little vibrato in his voice to bring out that holy rolling, you know, old time fire and brimstone gospel minister. So I go to Mayor Sumbish and then add something to it. And then Matt Clarke started as an Elvis Presley voice. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. A hunk of burning love. But I don't do it as Elvis. Because the thing is, like if you take the sheriff, who is, I do Yosemite Sam, and I do a lot of good cartoon character voices. I look back and think, you know, with my comedic desires and the ability to do some impersonations, I should have become a voice actor, you know, and done cartoon shows on TV. But, you know, the Sheriff Dannon, is Yosemite Sam, and then turn left. Go to Yosemite Sam and go left a bit. You know, Yosemite Sam, don't sneeze now, you idiot dragon. So he's kind of in the upper part of the back of the throat. So I go to, you know, don't sneeze now, and then I lower it a bit into the back of the throat. Instead of high back, it's low back of the throat, and that's the sheriff. Because I don't want the sheriff, you know, I don't want to do a character where you say, oh, the sheriff is Yosemite Sam. Because everything you think about with the cartoon character Yosemite Sam, you start applying to the sheriff. So when you're doing a character's voice, you don't want it to be exactly like somebody else. You don't want Sheriff Dannon to be Yosemite Sam's voice, because then everything you think of with Yosemite Sam, you apply to the sheriff, and the sheriff is not Yosemite Sam. He's a different person. He's a different viewpoint. He's a different world than Yosemite Sam. So you don't want it to be identical. You know, to do the Kahat Stevens, I do James Mason. But I do the James Mason with, obviously, it's not a pure James Mason. Those of you who don't know James Mason, very exquisite, great actor. But a very distinguished English presence, English voice. But I go to James Mason, which I can do a pretty good impersonation of if I try. And then I take it. I take the voice and change it a bit, but I do want some of that James Mason. I want him to sound suave and sophisticated. He's been highly educated, and he's very smooth. But behind that smooth and educated, he is a cold-blooded killer with a dark sense of humor and a self-righteousness about him. You know, I'm here to bring light to the world, you know. I don't know. Is it personality split? Is it personality cleavage? You know, when I studied creative writing in school, we talked about the voice, and that, John Lennon once said when he was talking about his songs around the time the Beatles broke up, is that he just writes about himself because that's all he knows. This is what I experienced. This is what I saw. And I had a professor in college that talked about a creative writer has to be able to step outside themselves and feel the experience of other people. You've got to be able to create characters that are not you. You've got to be able to write things from a different perspective than your own. You've got to be able to come outside yourself. And I, to a degree, take that to heart. And when I do poetry, when I write poetry, that's me. That's my voice. Now, none of you have read my poetry. You'd have to either go way back on my Facebook memories page, or you'd have to go find my online version of my book and read some samples. But, when I got my first book published, it was a big deal. But I always was very much, when you're writing poetry, it has to be your voice. It has to be you. Even if you create a separate character, it's your worldview, your Weltanschauung, as we call it. It's your worldview that is coming into those characters. But, look how many characters Shakespeare created. Is Shakespeare each and every one of those characters? I don't think so. He created characters, and he gave them viewpoints. He gave them positions in life and the world, and threw them out there. Do I have all those persons in me? You say I have to admit it, like I'm lying if I don't. That's part of me will say no, and part of me will say yes. Split personality, right? Do I see any of the Reverend Saltine in me? No. I am definitely not religious. I definitely don't misinterpret religion. Do I proselytize? Do I occasionally get on my soapbox and preach? Yes. The Reverend Saltine is my attack on those type of religious people. The Bible thumping, fire and brimstone type ministers. He's my parody of that type of character. But is my personality in him? No, my attitude towards those type of people is in him, but that's different than my personality. I am setting him up to be dislikable, and I'm intentionally creating him as a character that I want to be disliked because I dislike those characters. But then I do it with my sick, twisted humor, the freebiest bit. That was Joyce's favorite line. At least I think it was, and she could correct me later, but she responded best when Smokey goes, "We can't let her go off freebious on Lil." We can't let him go off freebious on Lil. That was her favorite line. But again, that's part of Jean Ricard, that's part of being a creative writer. You've got to create a character, and you've got to be aware enough. You've got to be aware of the rest of the world enough to create a character who, even in this absurdity, is believable. It's not that it's my personality, because if they were all just me, they would all just be me and they wouldn't be as interesting characters. You've got to be able to create, like an actor. When an actor plays certain parts, are they that character? Not necessarily. But they have to get into that part, and they have to be able to create the world that character is in and portray it. So I don't think all these characters are me. Do some of the characters have me in them? Like Matt Clarke. If you want to know the truth, Matt Clarke is more Joyce. Matt Clarke is more Joyce than me. And Joyce will probably shoot me for saying that. Joyce is the one who wants to be seen. I'm good. You know, Matt Clarke. Shh, you can't talk about that here. You know, Matt Clarke is very stiff and wants to be seen as very proper. A law-abiding, these are the rules. And, you know, Mayor Sumbish is probably the closest to me. If you want to know, if you want a psych evaluation of all the characters, Mayor Sumbish is probably the closest to me. Doesn't give a damn, happy with who he is to a degree. No, Goliath is not me, but Goliath is definitely an amalgam of at least 3 people I know in other realms of my life. But is there a little of Matt Clarke? Is there a little of me in Matt Clarke along with Joyce? Sure. But there's a lot of me in Mayor Sumbish. How much of me is there in Sheriff Dannon? I don't know. The coward who always winds up doing something brave in the nick of time. I don't know. Well, but again, Jean Ricard, acting and writing are so intertwined. The best characters are the ones that you have experience with. A great writer is a mirror of the world around them. Shakespeare was such a great writer, even if kids have trouble understanding him today. Shakespeare was such a great writer because he grew up in one world, chose to go to another world, and became so famous in that world, he was exposed to another world. But he was able to see the silliness and the drama in all those worlds and be able to make connections of the human condition. That's why Shakespeare is so great. He's not all those characters, but his ability to see certain generalities and certain specifics in many different people and different types of people, rich and poor, black and white, left and right. He had that gift of observance, that gift of observation. I do think I have a great gift of observation, that I am able to read people. I am able to see people. I'm able to see through the shenanigans and the BS. I'm able to see that. I see through my own, and I can see through other people. You know, that's one of the things about Joyce and I. We are both so honest. What you see is what you get. There's no pretense. We don't tell you every secret, but we don't tell you lies. Hey, did I see? Oh, there we go. Cayenne! Opa's here. Opa loves you. Cayenne! Opa! Hi, Lindy. How are you? Hope you're feeling a bit better. You were kind of stressed out earlier in the week, but, you know, Wednesday was cool, coming over and babysitting Cayenne. Let's just go over here. Let's use all the cameras. Well, I use all the cameras. Let's do them. Just catch up on the station here. And again, you might be better off asking Joyce or even my kids how much of their dad. Now, they'll say, yeah, their dad is in every one of those characters because they see dad's humor everywhere. But, you know, the other... Hey, Tom Couples, how you doing, sir? Great to have you. We're having a little race here. They're next to each other. But, because that's the other thing. It's like people ask me what are my comedy influences, and I've got too many. I'm influenced by Monty Python. I'm influenced by, I think it's David Lloyd, the guy that wrote, he wrote Are You Being Served and did some other comedies. There are George Carlin was Richard Pryor. Early, I can name so many stand-up comedians. But also, what's his name? Mel Brooks. The early Mel Brooks movies. I think Mel Brooks started going downhill. I know a lot of people like Spaceballs, and Spaceballs was kind of like one that came up. But a lot of Mel Brooks' last 10 movies I thought were just stupid. History of the World had some funny parts and just too many stupid parts for me. Spaceballs was probably 50-50. I think by the time he did History of the World and Spaceballs, I think his shtick just got old. He hadn't grown. He hadn't progressed. It was the fart, gay, and Jewish jokes, just ad nauseum. Where in Blazing Saddles, it was done in such a way. In Young Frankenstein, it just wasn't so predictable. He just got too predictable towards the end. But his parody Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein are heavy influences on me. Monty Python, heavy influence on me. But do I particularly write something trying to steal from Monty Python? No. It's like when I write poetry. The British poet Wilfred Owen is a huge influence. And I can go grab some of my poems and say, this is Wilfred Owen. This is me channeling Wilfred Owen. It's too much like Wilfred Owen. It's almost like plagiarism. To a point, but it's there. But in the end, it's, as a writer, you have to be able to put yourself outside yourself. Now, it becomes a great psychodrama debate, even when you're outside yourself, how much of you is still in there. But my characters are all just meant to be parodies of, the characters you see. Every Matt Clarke character is just it's a combination of a whole bunch of bad dad jokes and sex jokes, and then mixed with parodies of those old 1950s serial westerns like Randall Ellison had, which is what got the whole Matt Clarke thing doing a couple of years ago. It's just you take the stereotype of the character and you twist it. And like Mel Brooks will twist something 180 degrees. I did a video last year where I talked about the 90-degree spin. Just twist the character 90 degrees. Or 270, where you twist it 180 and then take it back. Buck Dannon is a 90-degree twist. There are plenty of shows out there where they take the sheriff that's supposed to be brave, 180 twist, he's a coward. He's a hidden coward. I can think of so many movies where the sheriff is supposed to be a brave man, but deep down he's a coward. And they do that. A sheriff's supposed to be brave and tough. Tombstone, the sheriff is a coward. But he doesn't see himself as a coward. So I take that stereotype, that's already a 180-degree turn, and what I do, so you have the sheriff, the brave, tough sheriff is one archetype, one type of character. That brave sheriff that will face anybody down. Then you have the opposite, which is the sheriff that's a coward deep down and shows it, even if he doesn't admit he's a coward. I took that and spun it back halfway up, so that's that 90-degree shift. He's a coward, but he's fully aware he's a coward, and more so, he's proud of it. Go back to the very first episode. Just what kind of a coward are you, Sheriff? The best kind, Mayor. I keep surviving. You're starting to turn yellow again, Sheriff. I'm not turning yellow. It's a permanent condition. He's fully aware of his cowardice, and he's proud of it. And that is the humor. Just to make him cowardly would be like, that's the stereotype. That's you've got the brave sheriff, and you've got the counter type, the cowardly sheriff that refuses to admit he's a coward. Everybody else knows he's a coward. So I take this guy that not only is a coward, he's quite proud of it, and his success is from being a coward. So, and when I write these characters, I do create a backstory. I think you have to. Even the lead, there's only one character in Series 2 I regret. I think I rushed it, and I'm not happy with it. The new bartender. And notice he hasn't been in any other scenes. He appears in one scene where he's introduced. Because I had the pun name, and I had plans for him, but I wound up not liking him. The new bartender was a guy named Gene Andonic, and he was from Eastern Europe. He had a Hungarian, Slavonic last name. I'm Gene Andonic, a gin and tonic was the pun of his name. But I regret creating that whole scene. I could have done the rest of that scene just as funny without him. I felt he was a weak character. I didn't develop him well. I had a story to use him, and then I decided not to go with it. And I just felt that's a weak scene, and I didn't need to introduce him. Other than in that scene, episode 4, under new management, where I introduced the new owners. Because Walter Down owned it, but he was part of Bobby's gang and was a villain, and he got killed. So you had to have new owners of the bar, the Filthy Glass Saloon. But, he's the one character I rushed and created. The name I thought was funny enough, but his background story and then voicing him was just rushed. But you got to have a story for every character. You got to have them fleshed out. So that even if you only reveal a little bit of it, there's a story behind them. There is a life behind them. Hey, Efo's here. How are you, Efo? Yeah, and that's a great one. That is a great movie to mention, Genre Card. Support your local sheriff. I love that movie. Because that's sort of a 90-degree twist, too. Where they never reveal it, but he was like a cold-blooded gunslinger who's trying to go straight and wants to go to Australia. That's a great one. And if any comedy were a model for Matt Clarke, and trust me, I was watching Support Your Local Sheriff when I was creating the Matt Clarke. I went back and watched it for some ideas. But, so for example, and again, you guys don't care about that. You want the joke, you want to be entertained, and you move on. But in today's scene, it was the third appearance of Leaning Tower. This is the sister of the woman who owns. And if you don't look at her picture, she suffers from a condition where she has facial hair. She has a mustache. That is an actual picture. She would actually be a fairly attractive woman if her mustache were gone. But she has a condition where she grows facial hair. And I told Joyce the voice I wanted for her. And Joyce did a great job with it. Joyce created... I wanted it to be somewhat Madame Lot, that very high-pitched voice, but not the erudite, highly educated voice. And so Joyce went with it and did it. And I give credit to Joyce for coming up with a voice I really like. Because the first time she did it for episode 4, or not episode 4, she only appears in episode 4. She didn't speak. When we had the brawl, when we had the bar fight at the saloon, the man comes up and says, "Are you a man of God?" She hits him with the bottle. "No, and I'm not a man of God." You know, the whole point, she gets called a man, and it bothers her. But she has that backstory that she has facial hair. She is a woman, and a guy calls her a man, and she's offended by it. But she's really a gentle person who has this backstory of a woman growing up with facial hair and all the crap she's had to take from it. And then I just had what I thought was a funny scene where, you know, the everyman, my everyman character, my great-grandfather shows up. Reuben is showing up everywhere. Reuben is everyman. Reuben Dodge. Where he's an obnoxious jerk. You know, you go back, he's in scene 1 in the court where, order in the court, order in the court. I'll have a ham on rye, hold the mayo. Get that Hackney joke, arrest that man for that Hackney joke. And they drag him out. And he's everywhere shooting his mouth off. He's at every little concert. Whatever happened to Nancy? Well, hey, George, how are you? And, but, so the guy shoots his mouth off. And, you know, Lil says, and don't forget to tip your waitstaff. I have a tip for the waitstaff. Oh, what is it? Get some better looking waitresses. And Mom comes in, shut up, which was my voice. Joyce could not find a voice for the mother. You know, Joyce just could not find a voice for her. Shut up. That big old woman. So she smacks him upside the head. And Leanna yells at Mom for smacking him. Mother, you shouldn't go around smacking customers. And he turns around and looks at her. And you need to shave. And, you know, that touched that nerve. So she smacks him. Shut up. Well, I guess we need to smack them around now and then. And that was, but to have that backstory behind the character, you know, the crap she has to put up with. Every character I create has that backstory. They have that story. Who are they and what makes them what they are? And I did that with the Kahat. I so loved the Kahat character, I did a 14-minute episode where I really wanted to give his backstory because I didn't know what to cut out. And that was the least well-received show. That was the one that got a lot of criticism where people, that was the one people were saying it was boring, it wasn't good, they didn't like it, we wish this series were more like series 1. But it was where the Kahat reveals his backstory and talks about who he was and where he came from. I really had that scene to flesh him out, and that was the one that got a lot of negative criticism. And there's still some great funny gags in it. I don't know why people didn't respond to it well. Yeah, her name is Bell Tower. No. The mother of Bell Tower. Belle is married. She's Belle Buster, which is Ball Buster. A phrase for a very aggressive, tough woman. Also, for a woman who is very sexually strong and guys can't keep up with her. She's a ball buster. So it's two different things. Two totally different things. A woman who just cracks the whip hard on you, or a woman you just can't keep up with sexually. So it's Nucky Buster and his wife is Belle Buster. But her maiden name, her name before she was married, was Tower. So she's Bell Tower. Her sister is Leanna Tower, Leaning Tower, Leanna Tower. And then the mother is Ethel Tower, or Effie for short. They call her Effie, Effie Tower. So her name's a pun on the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So the mother is Ethel Tower, or Effie Tower. The sister is Leanna Tower, and then she's Belle Buster because she's married to Nucky Buster. So that's the story behind all those names. You know, I should probably put up some sort of chart and all the names of the characters. Because it is insane. The number of characters I have for this series is insane. I'm well over 60. Yeah, don't get a lot of people and not getting a lot of love anymore. What can I say? I remember I used to get 30, 35 visitors, but hey, the channel's boring. I just run the trains. I don't do anything special. Maybe. I don't know if Tower would classify as a French name, but, you know, Leaning Tower. Well, Leaning Tower of Pisa, Leaning Tower. So that's Italian. And then Ethel Tower, but it's a pun of Eiffel Tower. Hey, we do what we can. 2 new PCs assembled. Yeah, when I get back from the UK, I am buying a new computer system that will handle this. So I can put all my cameras back up. I can go all 11 cameras again. Oh, no fun, EFO. No fun. So they're just a good old-fashioned American family, but their names are puns of famous towers. The Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower, and a bell tower, which is on any church. It does. I love that kind of humor. I love silly puns. I love bad puns. I'm a punny guy. I love that. I love that type of humor. No matter how dumb or witty, I love. So all the names are puns. Some are more obvious puns. And if the name isn't a pun, then the character is a pun. Like Goliath is not a pun, but Smokey and Goliath together are a pun on David and Goliath, the TV show. Or a parody in that case. When you're portraying a character, it's a parody. When it's a word, it's a pun. When it's a person, it's a parody. Matt Clarke literally is the only character whose name is not a pun. Because that's the actual name of the character from the TV show. Any church from any town, that's right. A bell tower. Because at one time she was going to be bell-free, and people are going to keep saying she's crazy and had bats in her belfry. And she'd go, what? She has bats in her belfry. Did you call? You know, it's going to be sort of like Donna Lott. Which, I don't know, you guys tell me. Whose name, you know, I could do a poll, but there's too many names. So let's do it here for the 18 people, 21 people we have here. Those of you who follow Matt Clarke, what are your favorite pun names in the series? What are your favorite pun names? You know, there's Daisy Cockett, which is a double pun on Davy Crockett. She's Daisy Cockett, but of course, she's a very oversexed character, so cock. And also, in French, a coquette was a slang term for a sexy woman. My little coquette, you know. So her name is a triple pun, Daisy Cockett. You know, it's a pun on Davy Crockett and Cockett, you know, male genitalia. Next week, we got another bad pun name that may become some people's favorite. New character next week. The end of the day is upon us. All right, Ray, have a good night bowling. Good luck to you and your teammates. Yeah, they came to Ellis Island, got their names changed. I didn't see them as new immigrants. I saw them as they've been here a couple of generations. You know, Walter Down, who ran the saloon, was a pun on, you know, in the Old West, they used to talk about alcohol being watered down. So he was Walter Down, and he was the barkeeper and owned the saloon. Water down, okay? You know, and that was the joke. When Dan D came into the bar. Excuse me, ma'am, is that watered down? No, sir, our gin is straight from the bottle. You know, I do like... So you tell me, who's pun names? Now, you may have to go back. Now, Smokey also, I guess, is not really a pun name. Smokey is not a pun name. But Madame Donalot? I'm just Donalot. You look like you have. Buckham Dannon, the sheriff. Sheriff Buckham Dannon is Buckham Dano from Hawaii Five-0. Had to swap out some points because they gave out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sadly, I have points that have annoyed me, and when I come back from the UK, I'm ripping out a bunch of track over on the Bremen side and replacing them with the points, turnouts I should have used originally. So I'm trying to think what other... I'm trying to think all the characters. Diesel Dan, I haven't revealed the story behind his name yet. Because I like Diesel Dan because people come in and, you keep calling him Diesel Dan and diesel engines hadn't come out yet. You don't know anything. Why are you calling him Diesel Dan when Diesel... There's a story behind his name. It just happened to become Diesel. Yeah, and Rudolph Diesel revealed the diesel engine in 1897. It was a bad power stop. Yeah, all the trains, knock on wood, are been running smooth after last week's disaster, and it was just the wrong trains on the wrong lanes. But everybody else is, today, everybody's running nice and smooth. My problem is I don't give you all the other cameras enough. Because, you know, sometimes getting the one camera where you can really see the cars up close, the locomotives up close, makes it a little better to see. Okay, you got the gold-plated one on video for the collection. All right, cool. And there we have it. I've asked you guys to name your favorite pun names of the Matt Clarke series. No answers. I mean, and to be honest, I would have a hard time picking my favorite. I mean, Don-a-Lot always brings a chuckle. The Lil McGill was the funny one because nobody got it. It's Series 1, nobody got it. People are like, well, Lil McGill's not a pun. Well, yeah, it is. I like my Army guys. I liked Private Chet, Private Room, Private Perts. Private Chet, stop playing with Private Perts and get Private Room. I think we need Private Chet. Well, we can go right over here, sir. Nobody will hear us. Yeah, I wanted to go to another train show. Unfortunately, nothing was close enough to really go to, and weekends have been busier. Joyce has obligations she has to do on the weekend with family issues, and so we didn't get... Well, you can say you like the name Stanley Steamer, now that you know it's a vacuum cleaner company, because that was the whole point. That's the pun. He's not a hidden character. Stanley Steamhair. who owns Baja, or Baja Railroad and Baja Banks and Baja Real Estate. Nothing wrong with saying Stanley Steamer is the best one. And it's a double pun because the way his name is spelled, Steam Herr, because Herr is German for man, but it also meant Lord. Der Herr, you know, Lord of the Rings in German is Der Herr der Ringen. Lord of the Rings. So Herr meant Mr. Like in German, I'd be Herr Dodge, Mr. Dodge. But Herr der, Herr der Ringen, Lord of the Rings. But yeah, Stanley Steamer. So he's Steam Lord because he owned the biggest steam locomotive ever made. Of course, at this time, there's only steam. He says that at the beginning of the series. Nothing made me prouder than showing off my black mamba. Kahat is a good one. I like the Kahat Stevens. Because I knew Cat Stevens was going to be a major character, and he wound up becoming the main villain for Series 2. And I just needed a way to play with his name like I did Dan D from Adam Ant, the Dan D highwayman, Dan D. So I was Kahat, Cat, the Cat, the Kahat. And I was like, okay, what's the story behind Kahat? Oh, Kahat is a title. It's a subcontinent. It's an subcontinent of Asian title. He's the Kahat Stevens, or Master Kahat. And then bam, his whole character was born. His whole character was born there. The Kahat Stevens or Master Kahat Stevens. English father, Asian mother. That set up the whole storyline there, and it just kind of wrote itself from there. Like his mother was Princess Di, and then Annis. So, a bit of a pun on Princess Di. But then, Dianis, she's Princess Dianis, Dianis. And then, Dad was John Thomas. John Thomas Stevens. So when John Thomas met Dianis, it doesn't get more blatant than that. When John Thomas met Dianis, that's about as prepubescent, dirty pun you can get. That was lowbrow humor. And the Stanley Steamer was a type of train car, yeah. So, yeah, it's a pun in many ways. But that was the joke we put in. He's the Stanley Steamer, but also the pun on the vacuum cleaning company that's famous in the United States. See, I don't know if you guys know it over in the UK and mainland Europe, but Stanley Steamer is a chain carpet cleaning company. So his name is spelled Steam Herr, Herr, but the company is Stanley Steamer, but they spell it Steemer. You can Google them, Stanley Steamer Carpet Cleaning Company. Mayor Sumbish is fun. Yeah, let's face it, Mayor Sumbish is a great one. All right, well, take care there, Edward. Thanks for being around. But I've got a couple ideas of buying some things while in the UK. Just don't tell Joyce. Hey, Richard Brown is here. Howdy, hi. And Mark from Hemel Down. Nice video. I finally finished watching it this morning. I was gone all yesterday, so I spent a lot of last night. I got home from work, and then I had to do a couple of things, and then I had to turn around and leave because I went to a band concert, our school's final band concert of the year. And so I went to that. Hey, Andrew. Hi, March West. with the family. Hey, family comes first. It's all good. It's all good, man. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. I used to do that too. I'd apologize and I'd say, sorry I'm late, everybody. And then a couple years ago, I just thought, that sounds kind of arrogant. Like I'm so important that people, why aren't you here? Because you were all missing me. I'm sorry, I'm late. I owe you all an explanation because I know you were all waiting for me to show up. Now, if I'm late and it's my stream, I should apologize. Ireland is too big to take home. Yes, it is. Sadly, Ireland is the one place we could not fit, and we would love to hit Ireland. We would love... All right, hit's the wrong word. We would love to visit Ireland. We don't want to hit Ireland, but we would love to visit Ireland. But we just could not fit it in. But Mayor Sumbish was an early favorite. I loved all the Sumbish puns. But they're still good. Donalot was a lot of fun to run with. And but the only thing with a running joke, when you have a running joke, like the Donalot jokes, you keep doing them and then they get stale. People get sick of them. You know, you just get tired of them. It's like, okay, we've heard it 1,000 times. 1,001 was too many. So I made sure I ended some of those running jokes before they got tired, and then I could play with them. So like Donalot played with it. You know, in season 2 here, somebody says, you're Donalot. She says, yes I have. Where it's just sort of, like, it makes her aware of the jokes that are in her name as well, which makes her just that much more clever, I think. Hey, XMG, how are you? I don't know, what is it with Americans in Ireland? Maybe a lot of Americans come from Ireland. Since we were going to the UK, I would have wanted to have hit every country. We really wanted to visit every country. We wanted to go up and see Mark at Donegal Dad, and we wanted to visit the Donegal Railway Museum. You know, we've been on this guy's channel for 3 years. He's one of the first channels I joined. We wanted to go up there, but it just did not fit in the budget at the time and the travel plan. Technically, we could probably fly a commuter jet over while we're in Liverpool or wherever else. Hark, I hear footstep. I see a wifey. Yepper. What? A very busy wifey. When are you not busy?
I know.
You're working yourself to death.
No kidding.
All right, well, you're here now, so let's move the mic over there.
So, hello, everybody.
And,
Americans in Ireland.
well, I just said we wanted to go to Ireland, but couldn't.
Yeah, it's just the distance and the time. It would be very nice to go.
Whoops.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Richard.
There you go. That's good enough.
You got me?
A little
Okay.
bit of a Batman tilt to it, but, you know.
And I look windblown because I am windblown.
Yeah, she walks to work and home.
Yeah, the wind was
And the wind was
really
blowing.
strong today.
So she's got that blown hair look.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Looking in Ireland, watching the boats.
Wait, hand me my, oh no, my wind's
So hi,
put away.
Karen. Hi, Tom. Hi, I said hi to Richard already. Hat Stevens, probably your favorite villain of the whole series. Yeah.
Welcome to,
Yeah,
welcome to
for
Anthony's
sure.
living room.
And hi, Jean.
Did you see the video I put up? You know it. I'm doing a new thing called Throwback Thursdays where I put up an old stuff.
Gotcha.
So I put up the
Yeah.
scene where, when I did my 1-year anniversary special,
Yeah.
and we did the bit like, does your family like your trains? Does your family support your hobby? And we
for
did
sure.
it keeps them out of the living room bit.
Hi, White Wheels. White Wall Wheels. Oh, well, yeah. It's windy, and There's rain in the air. It's just a little weird. We've got a very rainy pattern here. Although next week, hot.
Yeah, Randall, there's a lot I like about Kahat. He had a little more to work with than Bobby the Kid. But
yeah.
Bobby the Kid was just, they're so opposite of each other. Bobby the Kid was so over the top.
Yeah.
You metal muffin! He was so aggressively loud and abusive, violent.
Yeah, he was.
The Kahat is just, he's a snake. He is just so sultry. That smooth voice. My kittens,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's next week where we see his vicious streak come out again.
Oh, we do again. Yeah, we do.
My benefactor's lapdog has come to visit me.
Yes, indeed. Don't give it away.
He's just cold-heartedly starting a war.
Yeah, he is.
And justifying it.
Yep. So, we all like today's series, it looked like. I watched it at work.
Did they?
I think so. You had a lot of compliments in this one.
Did I? Oh, I didn't read them.
You weren't catching it? Yeah.
I wasn't catching it.
Yeah, you got a lot of compliments on that one, I think. So, it was a good one, I think, this week. Y'all liked...
oh, well, yeah, they did.
Lil.
They liked the redemption of Smokey.
Yeah, the redemption of Smokey, and that he took care of Lil, and the horse was good.
Somebody asked if Goliath was me. I had to explain, oh, hell no.
Oh, no, the Goliath is not him.
Yeah, because Jean Ricard was bringing up, I'm in all of my characters. Like, there's part of me in all the characters. I have to explain, no.
Not really. Yeah, there's definitely some that are very not Anthony.
I mentioned who I say is probably the most me in the series. Out of all the characters, who do you think is the most me? Who do you think?
Matt.
Really?
Don't you think?
I said, of all the characters I created, you're most like Matt. Wants to be seen as prim and proper, and if you mention something a little off color, Lil, not here.
Well, there is that.
Yeah, I see Matt as more you.
And you're more,
Am I more Lil?
Yeah.
But I said, so...
I don't know.
So you said, because Matt's the main character, but I'm never a main character. I'm not cool enough to be a main character.
Oh, that's fine, Randall. That's fine. I'm glad you got to see it, though. Comment later on it if you would.
So if I say not Matt, and then you start to say, well, okay, I can see that.
Well,
because I don't ever see myself as the hero. I'm always a side character.
Well, yeah, but you don't know that about yourself.
So, all right, if not Matt, who then?
He's my hero.
Nobody, okay. See,
Oh,
I said coming as a writer, the character that is the most me is Mayor Sumbish.
Maybe.
All aspects of Mayor Sumbish. That is more me than any other character.
Okie dokie.
You disagree?
Hi,
or you just don't
Joseph.
want to admit to it on his screen?
We'll talk about that later.
Answer yes, but no.
Oh, hey, Leslie. Oh, good night.
All right, good night, Leslie. Thanks for coming in, as always.
As it is, we are who we are, and,
Hey, Joe, how are you? There's no such thing as super late. You're just early for next Friday.
sure you are. And hi, Joe. Yeah, I said hi.
But,
Oh, good heavens.
as the
20
writer,
hours.
as the
Ouch.
writer, there's probably more Mayor Sumbish than me. The sarcasm, the absolute doesn't care what others think of him. Although, obviously, I think a little. Does his job well, but doesn't do it in the way people think he should do it. Because that's been the story of my teaching career. That's not the way a mayor should act. That's not the way a teacher should act.
So, yes, Jean, you are right. Anthony is my hero. And that is true. And as far as Daisy being the hero,
I'm also her villain.
Daisy is a little too flawed to be the hero, I would think. Wouldn't you?
No. I don't think Daisy's we've revealed that whatever flaw she had was mistaken.
And it's not the blatant ones, I wouldn't think.
Or what?
Daisy's
What were you asked
flaws.
about?
Let's talk about Daisy. Oh, that doesn't help, Ivo, when you have construction.
Evo, yeah.
Evo? Oh, it's Evo? I'm sorry.
Evo.
Yeah, Evo makes sense. Evo? Yeah, like an F. Yeah, Evo.
Yeah, I don't know if they pronounce the V as F like most Germanic languages
Well,
do.
you
so I
should-
just saw Evo.
Then Zon, you
have
should
asked,
tell
but I
us,
just
is it
assumed.
Evo
He hasn't
or
corrected me,
Evo?
so-
Yeah, please tell us. We like to say things correctly.
Tell
if
her
we
she
can.
wants to know.
Yeah, I want to know, because I do. Yeah, we had road construction all last year. The road is nice. Compared to what it was, holy macaroni, is it nice. And while we were on vacation, here comes Geddes Construction. What are they doing? They're back. Because they were so disruptive. They put little ramps on all our islands, and they finally filled them in. They did that over our spring break, of course. So,
Okay.
yeah, but anyway. So
All right,
that's
going
okay.
back to this theme.
Yeah, okay, good, great, go.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, I already said I
You can
think
ask
of all...
Lindy what she thinks.
I was saying of all the characters that Matt Clarke is the most like you. But if you want to avoid the gender issue,
we're in
which
the gender.
female
I'm not
character
here.
is most like you?
Oh, I think Lil.
You think you are a Lil? Because I write them. She has no input in them.
I don't.
create the characters.
Yeah, I think I'm most like Lil.
And is there a little bit of Joyce in Lil? Yeah. Is there a little bit of Joyce in Daisy? Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is. We don't talk about that one either. Lindy's listening.
We got to talk about that. Our daughter's listening.
Just teasing,
Oh, gross!
Lynn. Yeah, just teasing,
Here,
Lynn.
I'm gonna hurt my daughter's feeling. There's a lot of my daughter in Smokey. Oh, gross! Knock it off! That's disgusting.
But not in the first series. Come on.
He was like that in the first series.
Well, yeah, you're right. He was with that stuff. But he kept getting into anything. That's not Lenny.
Just kidding, Lynn.
Yeah, we are teasing you, Miss Sweet, if you're in here.
She was earlier.
And hi, Kai Kai, if you're up.
But see, that voice of Smokey, that is my nagging wife
That
voice.
is good. You could get away from it. Yes, it most certainly is.
When I make fun of Joyce being a nag, you're never doing this, you're never doing that. Joyce is like, I don't sound like that. To me, you do. But it's also my
true.
obnoxious kid voice, so hence it's
Yeah.
Smokey.
Yeah, it's the same. I'm not freezing. I'm just wiggling. Because I do.
No, Jean Ricard's making...
Oh, that kind of joke. I was off. Sorry, Sean. That screen's up too high. And it's Are You Cold?
Yeah, but he's translating.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Or maybe he wasn't making the joke, but I just did that.
Yeah, Anthony sure put it on the running joke of Daisy this series.
Are you cold?
We have some. You're so confused in the house that Chase the baby will say, it's quite all right, honey. You're fine.
Lynn, we were merely asking which characters are most like your parents in the Matt Clarke series. You know, because Jean Ricard was asking, you know, that I put a little of me in all the characters. I
Okay,
said,
Sean,
actually, no.
good. That's clever. So anyway, Nisi said it was canceled.
Oh, completely?
Yeah, they're just going to reschedule it. Maybe on a Thursday. Oh, Thursday's
Gotcha,
more
okay.
workable. Yeah, okay, no, that's clever. What time's the movie? You bought
7:30.
tickets?
Yeah,
7:30.
7:30.
Okay.
Yikes, that's a...
Really?
Hey, go here, and by the way, go here at the same time, and by the way, go here,
Yikes,
and while you're going here,
Randall.
go here as well, and go there.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, they can see more of you on this cam.
Yeah, I know.
But I
don't
usually
know.
do this. I make her
That's-
disappear.
Hey, you just don't know. Hi, Roy. You just don't know what Anthony's going to do, or what he's going to do, or where he's going to do. Whatever. I don't like my side view, so it makes it hard any direction.
Yeah, she'd be rather staring at the camera,
I
seeing
have
herself.
a weak chin. Okay, cool.
So, yeah. See, I write the characters, and I don't base them on. I base them on archetypes and stereotypes. Mm-hmm. So, like, the character Lil was not based on Joyce.
No, she wasn't.
She's based on the poly purebred goody two shoes homesteader girl that is just so pure. So she presents that as a bit of being pure. She presents that on stage and all that, but she's got that other side of her that she keeps hinting at.
That's good.
You know, that she likes to play games with Matt.
Yeah.
You know, she revealed that the first time you saw her. Oh, Matt, I just wish you could retire here to Big Gulch and we could play Salesman and the Farmer's Daughter.
Right.
You know, she's just as randy as Daisy is. You know, Daisy is out there.
Just more monogamous. Monogamous. Ouch. Thank you. Yeah, she was good.
What was your complaint? Do you remember when I read the scene to you? And then you read it and then I put it together. Your complaint of that scene with Daisy.
Was it the hi-ya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your complaint? It was to Miss Piggy.
To Miss Piggy, that's right.
Yeah. When we did that scene,
yeah.
she read the hi-ya and didn't think of it, but when I put it together, she's like, oh, that's to Miss Piggy.
I know, Jean. I even think about it when I'm rushing to try to finish everything at work. Oh, crap, I still gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do this, and I want to put these in.
She's always got more to do.
I do, and I just want everything ready for Monday.
Yeah,
or
Joyce
Tuesday,
always
or
is.
Wednesday.
Joyce tries to be ready for every situation, so there's even a little Madame Lot in her. The control freak who knows everything. Tries to be ready for everything.
I try to be ready for everything. And Janelle, we got all these science kits we should do. Oh, we got fine. I even asked my kids, they want to do one. I said, now we're going to do the other one. I thought I said, okay, we'll do that one.
Because that was one complaint a woman had.
Holy moly, that's
like
terrible,
all the women in my show are prostitutes. And I was like, no, they're not. But okay, most of them are.
Well, the Ishy Crotch definitely features in the actually features in the show.
Well, the itchy crotch is something that's just not going to go away.
But I mean, you've got the saloon.
Okay. Itchy crotch is something that's not going to go away.
You need some medicine for that, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, they don't clear up. They don't go away without medicine, right?
Oh, jeez.
I soft pitched you one, and
yeah, I know, and I missed
didn't even swing.
Hey, leave me alone.
You took strike 3.
Sean's just sitting there thinking, what else could I say? How else could I burn him?
They don't keep me in the basement. I own the basement, and I own the living room.
It is the largest open area in the house.
That's right. Yeah. I've got the biggest room in the house for my trains. I call that a win. They didn't chase me out of the living room. I came down here. But to be honest, I spend more time in the living room than anybody in this house.
Probably.
Yeah. Definitely a lot more than you. Liz would be my only competition.
Really?
Especially now. When AJ and Lynn were little, they were down here.
Oh, they sure were. The kids were.
And Liz was too.
Yeah, all of them were.
Nobody keeps me in the
Liz
basement.
was the one more likely to come up. Yeah, we'd have to ground him just so we would see him. The most effective grounding was to keep them out of the basement where all their fun stuff was.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice, but we got to actually see him for a while. Have conversations and stuff.
Well, we got up to 24, and then it went down to 15 real fast. 14. Oops, wow. Somebody just slammed the door on their way out.
I'm out of here. These people are weird.
No, why do you think I've lost all this weight?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Some of you have been around for a couple of years, so you know, but if you go and watch that Throwback Thursday that I put up yesterday, if you can't tell the difference in the face from the weight I've lost, yeah. But yeah, there are times I'm working down here or I'm streaming down here and it's dinner time and she'll come down and slide me like a lunch. Like if I do a Saturday and we're having one of those frozen pizzas for lunch, she'll come down and slide the pizza and I'll try to eat it when the camera's not on me.
It's like we like each other or something. Oh,
Like each other?
For sure, Roy.
Ooh, icky, cooties.
For sure, Roy. But that's why you do come. It's because we're so weird. Yeah, you're weird and you like weird. I tell my students, he called them weird. I said, that's a compliment, honey. It just means you're different.
Yep.
My kids today. Oh, my goodness.
No shop talk.
Oh, my goodness. I know.
Yeah, I saw it in your eyes.
Yeah, wow.
My kids weren't bad.
It wasn't with me. It was when they were away from me.
Oh,
That
getting the whole
boy, did
stories.
they find some trouble today.
Oh, great.
I mean, like we hit the fire alarm trouble.
Oh,
I got pushed into it. Yeah, right. Urgh.
damn kids.
Secretary. Joyce, you yelled at them all the way up the stairs on the way back from lunch, and then you yelled at them all the way again up from gym.
If you heard what I said, you'd be
They
yelling at
were
them.
very naughty.
You're not even the judge. You're just the executioner in that case.
Exactly.
They were already found guilty by the other
That's
teachers. You're just the one who gets
exactly
to mete out the punishment.
I'm so disappointed in you.
So,
I got more teacher appreciation
who do you
gifts
like
than
more,
ever.
Lil or Daisy? Are you a Lil girl or are you a Daisy girl?
Yeah, it sure is. Although some of them, John, you're kind of sad to give them back to their parents.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's the hardest part of being a teacher.
they're a lot
is
safer in school.
The parents you send some of these kids
Yeah.
back to. That's the saddest thing in the world. The
It
home
sure
you're sending
is.
these kids back to. Your classroom is their only. It's an island
It's their
of
safe,
peace
it's
or
their
safety.
safe place. Yeah.
Oh, some of the things our kids go home to is just horrifying.
Yeah, sorry about that. No more shop talk. Roy says Lil. Yeah. But it's kind of both, too. So, I hate
don't know if
picking
I'm
sides.
I created them. I can't pick.
Yeah, for sure.
Personally, I'm in favor of trying them out together.
Stop.
What?
Hi, Kieran.
All right, good night, Kieran.
Take care of yourself.
What, I can't have a menage a trois with Lil and Daisy? Who knows? If you go schizophrenic, it could be.
It could be fun, huh? Ah, snap. Have we hit the like button? Hit the like button, please.
Yeah, the goal used to be 30. Now it's break 20.
I know. I think we're happy we get 25. We had 29 last week. And
Well,
we just
everybody's
couldn't
back
get that
to work.
30.
It's Friday. People are back to work. People can go out on Fridays now.
Yeah, the world's moving again,
The
sort
world's
of.
moving again, so we're not going to get the crowds.
I guess not. Sorry. Not
But yeah,
interested
I
in
went to the
not
band.
bringing
I
them
went
in.
to the band concert last night,
Yeah.
and a kid came up to me that I did not know and said, "Oh, you're Mr. Dodge. Yeah, I'm subscribed to your channel." Jaden got me to subscribe to your channel.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, why the heck did he even? Thank you.
Oh, look,
caretaker.
it jumped up.
Oh, wow, it sure did.
Some of you were holding out.
Yeah,
See, they
you
wait
were.
for you to show
They were
up.
waiting for me.
They're
to
waiting
use
for the
my
Daisy
voice.
They're waiting for that
Yeah,
Daisy
So
voice.
thank you. You really think?
Because now she says that when we go out together, hit the like button, Anthony.
Hit the like button, Anthony.
Your slap made it so much dirtier than it was meant to be.
Andy's watching. So's Kyan. Come on, you gotta be a good. Oh, hell, it's over. He's not a good influence on his grandson.
I will not be a good influence on my grandson.
Right. You watch, Gene. John, sorry.
No, the thing is, I could do it now because in 2 years when he becomes a tape recorder, I have to stop.
It's just very true. And he isn't,
Or mom's not going to let him watch Oprah on TV anymore.
That's very true.
Why can't I watch Oprah on TV anymore, Mom? Because you're starting to understand things. Kyan cannot watch Oprah for the next 10 years.
Okay, Randall, that's good. We'll look forward to it. Yeah, Sean, I have been Anthony's ear. Oh, I think that, and I think that. I mean, Daisy got Lil got the ring last Christmas. Guess I pestered him a little bit. You need to make her an honest woman.
She's dishonest now.
Well, back at that time, that really wouldn't have been
back at that time,
approved.
it would have been a scandal. But the people
Right.
of Big Gulch don't care.
They pretty much don't, do they? When you
Big Gulch are people ahead of their
considering it's
time.
focused on the Itchy Crotch, you can see why.
Itchy
What
Crotch
the
is the
hell?
center of town.
What the hell? Take your morality out of town.
But that's still, even though it was a negative line, that was still one of the best lines of the
It's
series
still
from
pretty
Bell
funny.
Buster.
It is.
The Ms. Ballbuster, that's Bellbuster. Ms. Bellbuster, the women of the Itchy Crotch are some of the finest, most upstanding people
Oh, Randall, I'm
in
sorry.
Big Gulch. Doesn't say much for your town.
He doesn't know enough words yet. You're not worried about it. Yeah, that's what Opa's saying, Lynn, is that when he gets a couple years older, you're going to cut him off of Opa's screen.
That's what we were just saying, yeah.
And you can't watch it anymore. Why not?
When he starts repeating Oprah's show, you don't need Kyan going into preschool. It's all a bunch of horse poop.
No, but it
And
would
just
be
that
funny.
voice, too.
So I still think you'll send him to my school. You get him in preschool for free over there. You'll qualify.
At least you're not sending him to Sunday school. It's all a bunch of horse poop. He'll get kicked out like I was. I got kicked out of Sunday school for asking too many questions.
Oh.
Miss Osborne, did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? You know, Miss Osborne, in the story of the Great Flood, it says that all the world was wicked and God had to flood them all and kill them all. Did that include little babies? Get out! How were little babies evil? Mrs. Osborne kicked me out of Bible study all the time as a kid.
Oh, you were such the troublemaker.
I was a rebel rouser even then.
Yep.
I was plotting.
They say you have your personality by the age of 6.
Actually, you know what character is the most like me?
What?
Freebius.
Oh, snap. It is not.
No, it isn't. But
No.
I said that I thought that was your favorite line from this episode. We've got to stop him before he goes all
Yeah.
Freebius on
I
her.
know, and I was, I've got it's closed caption on my thing
Yeah.
at work, and I'm going to go all free bus on you. That's not what it is. Freebius became a verb.
Goliath, we got to stop him before he goes all Freebius on her.
Yep.
That was
That
your line.
was
You loved
too
that line.
funny indeed. The first F-bomb will be a good indicator. Well, it's not like you two don't do that either.
I
Hi,
don't drop
Andrew.
the F-bomb. That's his Aunt Liz.
Oh.
Aunt Liz drops the F-bomb 10 times more than I do anymore.
Oh, do you think so?
Oh, a lot more. I don't drop it like she does.
I don't think so.
Oh my God. Oh, hell yes she does.
Yes, she does.
I avoided that just to prove my point. It's definitely around the kid, but I don't drop the F-bomb nearly as much as she does.
Kyan is going to be very good in kindergarten.
I've had to beg Liz
I don't
to
know.
watch the
One
F-bomb
of
because
my-
that window's open behind her and the little kids are
I know,
next
we
door.
got all the kids next door. The one of our teachers has her 3-year-old grandson in the preschool. I don't think it's gone well, although she's happy with him. He doesn't smile though, so people look at his pictures. He looks a little like an axe murderer. They keep telling him. I think Kyan's wait till he's 4.
And what was your first instinct when you first saw me?
Well, you did have those big eyes. He did. His eyes were, in the picture we took for our Christmas dance, his eyes were just super big and round. It was super freaky. I am fine, Andy. It's been a weird day, but I'm fine. Yeah, just the timing, yeah.
Joyce wrote in her diary, the first thing she wrote, looks like an axe murderer.
I still liked him.
Immature and looks like an axe murderer.
And I married him.
And you married him.
And you haven't changed.
And she's even helped me bury the bodies. That's the kind of woman she is.
That's the kind of woman I am. That's the partnership we have.
But, because we're bouncing all over the place here.
We sure are.
Both our ADDs are going here. The thing is, even though I wrote those characters, you've made them yours.
You're probably right.
You are Lil and Daisy. Those are your characters.
Yeah,
I write them now, but you did bring them to life, but they are your characters.
I put
now.
the personality into them, huh? Okay.
Hey, Colin, how are you? Good to see you, my
Colin.
man.
Yeah. Oh man, I think I'm tired.
Sorry, Colin, that reminds me of a character that did not make it into Matt Clarke.
Ooh, disapprove it.
Yeah, the town doctor. We have not. Well, we did mention the town's doctor.
Because that was funny, or you were
Which
tipping
fell
it?
off, just fell off the chair because
You fell asleep, or you were laughing hard? It was just the maniacal look, John, and I was all of 17. So I had it in my head that that's what an axe murderer looked like.
Joseph, what caused you to fall off the chair? Was it something we said? Was it alcohol? Was it a dog? But my the town doctor, I forget what we named him. He was Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what we named him.
Oh, golly, I don't remember either.
But the original doctor, he was an Irishman. And he was Dr. Colonoscopy.
Right.
Colonoscopy.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. We're glad. That's the best way. Best reason.
Dr. Colonoscopy.
Scopy, yeah. Oh, no Scopy.
The Irish doctor, Dr. Colonoscopy.
Yep.
You don't want to shake hands with him.
Yeah, you don't want to shake hands with them. Sorry.
Ouch. Elliot, ouch. E.T. was his,
Yeah. Afraid we do that a lot, even not on the stream.
Joyce and I give each other banter all the time. That's why we liked each other. Our very first date, the blind date where
Lindy
we didn't
hears
know
it.
each other, and we went to this restaurant, and we went with this couple that were trying to act all haughty-tawdy.
They were
trying. They went to the most expensive restaurant in town, Burger King. No, it was the fanciest restaurant in town, the biggest highbrow snob restaurant. We're two working class people. I can't even afford the meals there. And they're trying to act all like they do this all the time.
Right, yeah.
And Joyce and I just...
Also 17 and 18.
Also 17 and 18. And I started... it all started when the waiter tried to take Joyce's tray. We told that story before, but the waiter...
Done.
She wasn't done. We didn't know that there's a salad time, and salad time is over now.
We were talking too much.
Excuse me, the lady said she's not done, and the guy's name said Robert on his tag, and he tried to take the plate 3 times, and I kept taking it back.
Grace still plays. Lizzie,
we know him.
Yeah,
We
Lizzie
know
watches
Gray.
him all the time, but we only like the times where he's doing the racing.
The Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
Or
GTO.
GTA.
GTA.
But,
Really?
Or is it...
I thought it was GTO.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
That's
GTA.
the ones we really like. You know what, Jean? We have no idea what
No.
happened to her, but I am very sure they are not together. They weren't together 2 weeks later.
That the girl slept with about half the guy, or dated half the guys in my graduating
she
class and the
did.
class before me.
She was pretty loose, as we
She
say.
was a hoe.
So, yeah,
Which is why I was trying to date her before I met Joyce.
Thank you, Joseph. GTA, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, okay, you had it right. So, oh yeah, those are the best. He lost his spleen back 3 months ago. And,
Yeah, I love it when
he
he's doing
just laugh our heads off
the
at him.
slide challenge or the driving challenges up in the sky.
Yep. Yeah, well, if Anthony's out of the room, we'll call him in.
Yeah.
She's
Joyce will
she's showing the GTA.
Liz
You gotta
starts
come
watching
over.
it, and they'll call me if I'm not. They'll call me and say,
Yeah.
"She's watching
'Cause I
Graves."
don't-
Okay.
I mean, I think I watched a GTA where he drowned all of his Sims. I think
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah,
I think it
they
was
all
great.
died in a pool.
Yeah, we watched. Lizzie will put it on, and we just end up watching all of her YouTubers. So we're a little expanded.
But yeah, so he kept taking the name, and that's where it started because I took the plate. The lady's not done, and he got all huffy.
Yeah, right.
And remember, I said, "Excuse me, Robert,"
Gotcha.
and he said, "That's Robert."
Right.
And he
all.
walked off in a hissy
It
fit.
was all over.
We started laughing, and the couple we're with are just like, "You're embarrassing us.
No.
This is the fanciest restaurant in Toledo, and you are
We
embarrassing us."
paid no attention to them, and we had a
And
very
we
good
just-
time.
She started making jokes. I started making jokes. Like, I think you were the one that said he's probably, he went with that French accent. He's probably a Russian spy.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, she made a joke. I started laughing. The two of them are glaring at us. And literally, I didn't know I was going to marry that woman. But jokingly, I'd say, that's the woman I'm going to marry. Because, oh my God, her humor was right there with me, subversive.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the time was, let's embarrass these two. And let's have fun with Robert.
Robert.
Robert, the waiter.
It's about the worst thing you could do around us is put on airs.
He was a very thin, effeminate black man.
Yeah.
And it just, from that time on, his real name's not even Robert. His real name was he Boris? Because we started doing Boris and Natasha.
Oh no, he was Natasha.
He was Natasha.
Right,
he was Natasha in disguise.
Yeah.
From Boris and Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle.
Oh, he was Natasha, the Russian spy Natasha.
Yep.
Oh, and when she made that joke, I was like, I'm in love.
So we haven't changed much in that regard.
No, and that's just it. Those Freebius jokes and all those Bible, the
Hi,
book
Pierre.
of Freebius.
Pierre's here.
Hey, Pierre, how are you? All those quotes from
Pierre,
the book
call
of
me Joyce.
Freebius, or actually, there's 6 different books. He is the prophet Freebius.
Right.
Well, all that stuff about Freebius, that is stuff I wrote when I was 16 and 17 years old. Tweaked a little bit. There are definitely some tweaks.
So horrible.
The book of titillations,
It is
the book of lacerations,
so
the
bad.
book of libations.
She shall lay down still, and when he is done, saith, good.
She will remain still and saith good.
When he is done.
That was the book of positions.
And
was
that
the book of
so
position.
got me flustered because that's just horrible.
The book of positions.
If that makes you happier, Pierre, that's fine. Whatever makes you happy.
No, yes, she is Joyce.
I am Joyce, yes.
As in rejoice. Or joy as in enjoy.
Right.
Except nobody's allowed to call her Joy. Well, no, you can be called Joy.
Oh, I can be called Joy. That's all
Joyce
right.
will get your balls cut off.
Oh, nice. Do people ask you about it? What does your wife think of your horse poop shirt?
She's probably trying to understand it.
They don't get
It's all a bunch of horse poop. See, you gotta watch all of Matt Clarke Series 1 to truly understand
Series
that
1
shirt.
would get you. You don't have to watch too far to understand the horse poop.
But
though.
that was his catchphrase. The
Yeah.
little obnoxious boy in my Western would say, it's all a bunch of horse poop. after every rant, and he has a lot of rants. And when you read his rants, you find out he had a very twisted growing up.
Well, you're right. But maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you can't call her Joycey. Her mom called her Joycey, and that's the only one who could get away with it.
Well,
if I were to
that
call her
and
Joycey
Dean.
right now, Dean called you Joycey
Dean called
too.
me Joycey
because he knew it bothered you.
Dean had an obnoxious nickname for everybody. And you were Anthony.
I was Anthony. He said it the British way because he thought that would bother me.
Right.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I do pay attention.
No, he said
you know.
Anthony.
Yeah,
Anthony.
Anthony. That's
Anthony.
right.
I wasn't
Anthony.
Anthony. I was Anthony.
That's right.
Anthony, Joycey, I got to ask you something. Yeah, that was Dean.
And you just
don't
accepted
go there.
it.
I'm gonna cry.
I know, it would make us cry. So, was that something Anthony revealed on this first day? Yes, he was funny. He was
Subversive.
irreverent.
A know-it-all.
Yeah. I
and
really
didn't shut up.
got it all. 156 kids. I see.
See, you fit right in here.
Yep, he does. Yeah, he does.
We do.
A lot of wordplay.
No,
I
I've read Joyce's.
I had no
diary the night she met me. Her diary.
I want to use the word
entry.
misillusions of what he was like. He gave it to me right away. And apparently I decided it was okay.
I've revealed other things since then.
This is true. But I got the main stuff. Mostly.
Main stuff. Mostly.
It's not that kind of channel. Shh.
No, the funny thing is,
He had a suit on.
I liked her so much, she had to know me.
That's true.
I didn't want her being surprised 6 months down the road going, oh my God, he's too weird, I can't handle him. So she learned about my family. She had to know about my family. She had to know the messed up family I was coming from.
Oh, that's so sad, Joe. And I would think he was Ant from New York.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ant from New York. Can we just go to the sex part? No, we can't.
I don't know. Let's go to Niagara Falls and maybe Pierre can come down.
We'll go to Niagara Falls.
And then
what? And then you're going to tell him the sex parts?
No, but it might be a little bit easier. So anyway.
Let me do you for a chance. Stop it! It's not that kind of a channel. Stop!
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shucks!
Yeah,
That would have been funnier. Had you done that, I would have fallen. I would have fallen. If you had turned around and done that, I would have fallen out of my chair.
just stop.
Who?
You
Really?
and me. We should both just stop.
Look, trains.
Yeah, there's trains.
Just ignore us and watch the trains.
What was the theme today?
I had no theme today. The theme was no theme.
Gotcha.
The theme was I was too busy to come up with a theme. The
Yeah,
theme
he
was
was
get the red
clueless.
out.
I even.
The theme was get the red out. After all the disasters the red trains did last
That's
week.
true.
That was the
no
theme.
More
Get the
red.
red out.
No more red trains. Yeah, because I asked him, because I came down while he was setting up last night, and I said, what's the theme? I want to look like I know.
She did. She comes upstairs. What's the theme for tomorrow? So if you ask me online, I know what the theme is. And I said, I have no idea what the theme's going to be. I don't have one right now. Because I came home from the band concert. I'd had
He
a long
usually
day.
has a theme.
And lately I have a theme, and I just could not come up with one. I just knew what trains I
I
didn't want to
so
run.
hate it when he puts me on the spot. Oh.
Give it a rest, genre card.
Oh, no, that's fine. The metronome's doing fine. So we're
No,
all-
he keeps saying it.
I know.
He's
it's all-
thrilled.
There's a Scottish word. Oh, what is the Scottish word?
A Scottish word for
Well,
what?
the Scottish word of the day. Yeah, you'll have to tell us what it's for.
Yeah, I get my check word of the day on Sundays.
That's
from
right. From the Prague Honest Guide. That's just cute. You don't have to like Prague. He's fun.
Antony. That's what my friend Dean always called me. It was Antony.
Yeah.
Claimed he was pronouncing it the Scottish way. But everybody I hear on the UK always says Antony. And they ask me, they go, are you Antony or are you Anthony? And I said, well, I'm whatever your language pronounces it.
Yeah. He answers to both. How's that?
I mean, I am Anthony. That's how we pronounce it in the United States. But in the UK, most people pronounce it Antony.
And that's okay. Yeah.
And that's okay.
Actually, we weren't. You burn out the window. You bum out the window.
Wait. Jean Ricard, who's with you that you're back to sex?
I'm trying to figure out what that's a reference. You bum out the window. Like your butt's out the window.
Yeah, you bum out the window.
So what does that refer to? Or is that why Sean
Or did
said
one of
we're
us say
back
we're
to
bummed
sex?
out?
I don't think so.
Did somebody say we're bummed out?
I don't think so.
Were you bummed out? Was I bummed out?
Yeah, he does. He does. Put me on the spot.
She puts me on the spot all the time.
Yeah.
Payback's a bitch.
It does go both directions, I'm afraid.
It's a two-way street. All right, take
Hey,
care,
Joe.
Joe, because we're
Glad you
gonna
came in.
we're going to a movie tonight, so we're
Yeah,
gonna have to go
we
get dinner.
understood that was window, Andrew. We just now don't know what it meant.
We're just not sure where the bum
What
out
does the phrase mean? Put it in,
bum out the window.
put it in not the Scottish
window.
saying.
Oh, you silly
Little
man!
ones.
Angus Pongordney, what are you thinking? That's my Monty Python Scottish.
Yeah.
Look at the bones, man!
Yeah.
We're gonna go see Doctor Strange.
Right.
I'm a Marvel geek. I wanted to go last night, but I was just too busy and didn't have time. I like to go first showing.
Yeah,
we're
it's
gonna
all right.
go.
We're hitting the big Friday. It'll be busy.
Wait, Jean Ricard, now we're getting too far. Now
Talking nonsense. Okay, thank you.
talking nonsense. No, Jean
did you
Ricard.
pick seats?
Yes,
Okay,
had to. And
that's all right.
yeah, I wanted to do the XD version. They were sold pretty much.
Gotcha.
If we weren't going to sit together. Or
Wow.
we were going to sit way up front.
Gotcha. No, can't do
So I
that.
went and that was at 7. So the
Okay.
next movie was 7:30, which is the regular showing. But we got our usual seats.
Just make sure you visit 251 Menlo Avenue in Liverpool.
Oh,
Okay.
we're hitting it.
What's there? Don't look at me like that. I don't, behave. That's the Beatles Museum. That's somebody's house.
Let me give you a hint. A certain Beatle even released an album called
Cab?
Men Love Avenue. A certain Beatle released an album called Men Love Avenue. That might give you a clue. Oh, Liverpool is all about the Beatles.
Yeah,
yes,
it is.
We're gonna try to hook up with Lee. Liverpool is.
Oh, yeah, we know that, Roy. You stay to the very end. Randall?
Oh, we always stay through the credits.
Yeah, we know that. We always laugh at all the people that leave right away. Like,
In fact,
this is your first Marvel movie, isn't
in
it?
fact, spoiler alert: when this series Matt Clarke ends, there are 2 after credit scenes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there will be after credit on the
I
last
always
one.
know every single Marvel movie, and I've seen them all. We always stay.
Are we going to see the Dragon Ball superhero?
Sadly, no.
That would be no. We don't kind of swing that way, Randall. But we know people who do, and that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Wait,
even
where are
told
you going? There's more movement to be seen.
They just say, wait, there's more.
Look at the bones.
Oh, no spoilers. Just remember that you've got to stay.
Just remember, you gotta stay. No spoilers. If I can stop Jean Ricard from trying to drop spoilers.
Is it out in the UK? Doctor Strange? Because it seems like sometimes you get them first and sometimes we get them first.
And sometimes they're at the same time.
Okay. Slowing down the trains. Let's try to hit 30, y'all. If you haven't hit the like button, would you please?
That sounded a little bit more like Lil.
Okay, well, it'll last.
He sounds like somebody got derailed there.
Good. Lennon rules?
John Lennon lived at Menlo Avenue.
Oh! Now it works. Yeah, okay, perfect. Gotcha.
Oh, my goodness.
Gotcha.
I'm ashamed to be married to you after that.
Okay.
You're married to a
Interesting.
Beatle fanatic. You are
Well,
married
I
to a
know
Beatle maniac,
that.
and you don't know Men Love Avenue after all those years.
Those aren't the type of details I pay attention to.
And what details do you pay attention to, dear?
The main idea.
The song lyrics. Speaking of songs, I've got 3 I'm working on,
Oh, shoot. Okay.
and I don't know if you could sing any of them, and I certainly
Really?
can't. Greg, if you're still there, I've got some songs I may need you to sing. I've got to put them together first. I've got to finish writing lyrics, but yeah, now that I'm done writing Matt Clarke, my brain is starting to write train parody songs again.
Are you done with Matt Clarke?
I'm done writing it.
You did finish it?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Well,
all done. I may rewrite
didn't
parts
know.
of scene 23.
That's right. You were talking about
Right.
little amendments, but
Amendments. Amendments.
amending?
No, amendments is an appropriate term. It just it sounds funny. And the 10th Amendment says,
Yeah.
Daisy shall do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you better change what you thought you were doing at Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah, don't do it.
don't do it?
No.
All right,
Let it
gotcha.
drag- let it
I'm
drag
with
on.
you. I'm on the same page.
Take it to the end of the third one.
That one goes to the 3rd.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, totally with you, 100% same page,
Good.
which is rare these days.
Indeed. Actually, that's really not true, Leslie. So you did order the prongs?
Yes, I got 3 of them.
Okay. We were watching Bill Nye Electric,
Yeah.
and one of the things, he had all the different types of plugs for the different countries. Like, do we order ours yet?
I wasn't worried about it. I knew we had to.
We're going to do it. What are we going to buy in England? Probably T-shirts.
He's a bastard.
What's that?
Jean Ricard, I said, don't tell the wife something I said during stream. So he brings it right back.
Oh, no.
Because he's a bastard. You bastard.
What is he going to buy?
I didn't tell him either. I didn't tell them. He's just bringing it
Gotcha.
up.
I see.
I said, there's a couple of things I might be buying while I'm in England.
Oh. Okay. He got the eye roll, you know.
Did I?
You
Let me see it
did.
again. It didn't impress me yet.
Nobody's going to end up on the cutting room floor just to see us.
I'll tell you what, something I may consider buying, although I probably will never be able to run it.
Okay.
And my UK friends, are you with me, UK friends?
Four.
Well, this is
4?
going backwards. That's why I'm doing letter.
34? 24? Damn it.
What letter is this? What letter is that?
A4. Why would you get an A4? You don't have any track.
Well, technically I do. I got the track that came with the Eurostar.
Where are you going to put it?
Somewhere.
Don't look at me like that. That
Aren't
was
you the
a
one that
very
said go ahead and do a
devious-
DCC one up here just so I could run the Eurostar?
but the TV's
well, then the
in the
Eurostar,
way.
the TV, no, the TV's not in the way. It can go below the TV.
Yeah, or
The
whatever.
only thing that's in the way is the
Your storage.
the Liverpool thing there, but I could,
Oh, that can move.
and then that can be moved. The map there can be moved, or I can just go around
Oh,
a bit.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's talking an A4, but I don't know why you get an A4.
Because I think they're a cool looking train,
Yeah, and
and maybe
we'll probably ride one, but it's a different system.
maybe a GWR 800.
Oh, damn it, Tony! It's the wrong system. You can't start a new system just because we take a vacation. There.
I'm whispering stuff here. Quiet, woman. Maybe an Azuma. An LNER Azuma, because we'll be riding one. We're going to be riding an LNER Azuma.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Quick. Guys, help me out here. For once, be on my side. Here, I'll move the camera off the breast so you could just focus on this. Now, talk to your friends in the UK. Find somebody who could convert.
See you, Randall. We'll be there, or he will be at least.
All right, bye, Randall. Take care. Thanks for stopping in.
I'll be doing laundry.
Find one of your UK shop guys that could convert a DCC locomotive to AC 3-rail with the American-style ski. I'll supply the skis. I'll bring some with me.
Oh. Yeah, I think so, too.
What's that?
HST beats a Zuma.
Yeah, but HST is not. HST is not
I think
modern,
so too. He's
although they're
worried
still
me,
running.
Sean. He's really worried me. It would just be another.
Of course, he's on your side.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I like how you did that too. Oh, you didn't just go, well, yeah, you did this bit. You tawdry bimbo. You went, well, yeah. Are you cold, dear?
Oh man, how come we don't have two?
It
more
is a bit.
likes?
It is a bit.
I know there's only 13 people in here. If you all hit the like button, you don't have to answer.
Some
that.
people will come back and
Just if
hit
you
it
did,
later.
hit it. Cause man, it's 30's our friend.
There's
HST
Greg is here. All right, Greg, I'll have
Hi,
to
Greg.
email you the 2 songs I'm thinking of, and you tell me if they're in your vocal range.
Right.
I will tell you the songs because I've got 3 going right now. 2 I've already started writing lyrics for. 1 I've got the title and maybe a couple of lines to it, but I can't find a. That's another thing. I need somebody who could help me. Somebody tried to do it before, it didn't work. But if somebody knows how to remove vocals off a song, because I don't care if it's copyright or not, I just need the vocals off the song because I cannot find a instrumental
Karaoke
version
or
of the song.
instrumental, yeah.
You know that one I'm talking about, right?
I do know which one you are.
Because I don't know. Could you do that one?
That's nice, Andrew.
All you do to me is talk, talk.
Maybe.
Maybe. All you do to me is talk. Because it would
Right.
make more sense coming from you. Talk trains.
Talk. I probably could.
All you do to me is talk trains.
Here.
Talk, 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 talk. Yeah, there's a giveaway.
Yeah.
Oops. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, it sure did, didn't it?
Oh,
Jack
it's
is live.
Jack is live and then Streamlabs. By the way, Streamlabs could help you. Nah, no. All right, anyhow, everybody, we got to go get ready for movie and go get dinner. So it's our time to, and anyhow, though it's been a lot of fun. You always make it a little more fun, don't you?
I hope so.
Well, if you don't know, then I won't say it. You know?
Ooh.
I don't know. Do I?
Well, that's good. We definitely try to amuse.
So I won't mention the other one, but it is.
There's another one.
I've got 3.
Oh, snap.
Oh, the brain is working.
Songs, right.
Songs,
okay,
3 new
gotcha.
songs, yeah. I need to remove the vocals off of that track, Talk Talk. I cannot find an instrumental version of it.
Yeah.
All right, anyhow, so we're going to say good night, goodbye, Auf Wiedersehen,
Choose.
and happy trains. Everybody take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you next Friday.
You usually
If
go
not
on
sooner.
your own thing.